Switzerland. Everywhere you turn, a picture postcard. And this week, the World Figure Skating Championships have come to the capital of the Olympics, Lausanne, Switzerland, located 3.5 hours by bullet train from Paris, France. Welcome, everybody, to the Malay Ice Arena, the World Figure Skating Championships, presented by MasterCard. The ladies' short program is underway. Let's go down and join our colleagues Terry Gannon, Dick Putton, and Peggy Fleming.
Brent, thank you. Getting us underway here in the ladies' short program. One of the local favorites. She was born in Zurich, Lucinda Ruh.
I see a lot of improvement in her jumps this season, but her true gift is phenomenal spins.
She ranks with the top spinners, I think, of all time.
And now her jump combination, a triple toe, double toe combination. Very solid, very easily done.
Another element that is so good is her speed. She's moving across this ice with wonderful flair.
Is that she has grown so much in this past season. She is now 5'6".
And looks about 5'10".
Yes, she's very, very tall. Such a happy quality to her skating, how she presents to the audience, very reminiscent of Tara Lipinski's.
Except for about a foot in difference in height. Now watch this layback. The back position is marvelous. The leg could use a little improvement, but look at the center and the speed and the continuation of the spin. Nobody else does a layback with the full required revolution, number of revolutions.
And she continues the speed throughout these spins. That is what is so beautiful about this young lady. Very nice.
You know, there is no reason why she shouldn't be marked up very high and ranked very high, because her ability is so well-rounded, and that we will not see among many of the other skaters.
The Swiss national champion in 1996, the silver medalist this year, lived for many years in Japan and was coached by the father of Yuka Sato, that has recently moved to Alameda, California.
Now, look at this layback. The back position, simply breathtaking. Breathtaking. The free leg could be a little better, but when you look at the center and the speed on this combination spin, I mean, it really points out the solidity of her position. She's like a top.
Lucinda Ruh, along with her coach, on the left side of your screen, Krisztina, who also coached Kristi Yamaguchi. And her required element marks, Dick.
Oh, they're down because she doubled the triple jump, the Salchow. And unfortunately, that's will give her much less points than some of the other skaters.
2 sets of marks. Presentation, 4.7 up to 5.2 for Lucinda Ruh. Right now, we take it back upstairs to Brent Musburger. Brent?
Well, the much-anticipated ladies' competition is underway now, and it has already been a remarkable week here in Lausanne. Two Americans arrived in Switzerland as the defending world champions, Michelle Kwan and Todd Eldridge. I hope you were with us Thursday night when Eldridge had to settle for the silver after Elvis Stojko rode a historic quadruple toe, triple toe combination to the gold medal. It was a wonderful moment for Stojko and all his countrymen, as Elvis is truly king in Canada. Now it is time for Michelle Kwan to defend her own crown. Here she was with her final workout this morning. But it is not going to be easy. She must contend with the new ice princess, 14-year-old Tara Lipinski, who could become the youngest world champion in history. This afternoon, we'll have the ladies' short program. Then this evening, in a 3-hour primetime special, we'll crown world champions in the ladies and ice dancing competitions. The United States could sweep the medals as Kwan and Lipinski are joined by Nicole Bobek, the 1995 U.S. national champion and world bronze medalist. Nicole will be skating, though, with a very heavy heart as her coach, the legendary Carlo Fassi, died on Thursday afternoon here in Lausanne after suffering a massive heart attack. It was under Carlo's tutelage this season that Nicole revitalized her fading career. For more now, let's join my colleagues Terry Gannon, Dick Button, and Peggy Fleming.
Well, Brent, Carlo Fassi taught a remarkable collection of world and Olympic champions, including, of course, our own Peggy Fleming. And Peggy, I know about the impact that Carlo had on your life. How do you think Nicole will react having to take the ice today?
Well, Terry, Carlo gave Nicole her confidence back, and her performance at Nationals, I think, really reflected that beautifully. Now Nicole has had a devastating blow here, and she's going to have to draw on all that confidence. She has to trust her talent and remember Carlo's coaching. That coaching was a large part of why this sport continues to evolve artistically and athletically. He saw the best in each of us, and he knew how to draw it out. And he changed all of our lives, and I will be forever grateful.
Well, Nicole Bobek is part of an American trio at these World Championships that is quite remarkable. For the first time in history, 3 current or former national champions will skate in the ladies' competition from the U.S. And Dick Button, there's been a great deal of talk about Michelle Kwan and Tara Lipinski being co-favorites. What do you make of all this talk?
Well, I'll tell you, everybody's been pushing me to predict this championship. And if you're looking at this event from a pure sporting point of view, then who wins becomes of vital importance. And one would have to give credence to Tara Lipinski's triple-triple combination, her past 2 wins, and Michelle Kwan's recent lack of confidence. But look, skating isn't pure sport. It's all about music and line and spinning and choreography and glide and edge. The 3 rules are quality, quality, quality. And determining the winner is like judging the best wine in a wine competition. You so enjoy the process of tasting that you hope never to have to make a decision.
Well, here in the short program, Dick, there are 8 required elements that the skaters must perform, but they can make a choice as to how difficult they want their program to be.
The elements 2 and 3 are the important ones, and when they do the individual jump, this is the order of the most difficult of those different triple jumps.
She was one of the surprises at the European Championships this year when she captured a silver medal. Until then, she had never been on a podium in a major international competition. This is 18-year-old Krisztina Czakó of Hungary.
Well, she's a powerhouse kind of skater with not a lot of finesse, but her jumps are her strength.
The music, Waltz, Masquerade.
And she is opening with a triple-triple combination. She's one of 4 ladies in this whole competition attempting this.
Watch the
Triple
spring.
toe.
Oh,
Very nice.
gorgeous. The one thing to watch in her jumps is the lift that she gets going into the jump. She really takes the time to make the first step on a jump. Look at that. Look at the suspension that she gets going up into the air. That's rare, necessary, and very good. She also has a wonderful ability to maintain the character of what it is that she's skating to. So-so leg, not very good.
Nice arms, though.
Sometimes what gets lost in all the glitter and the hype and the television coverage is the sacrifices these skaters make. Krisztina from Budapest, there's only one rink there, and it's used for everything. Curling, speed skating, figure skating, precision skating. Conditions certainly not ideal.
Combination spin. Change your foot again. Changes the position.
Good for her. She did a clean program.
And she's really a very, I think, inventive skater. I mean, she just doesn't slap one jump after another. She has a rather nice quality of presenting a character.
18-year-old Krisztina Czakó of Hungary will check her marks, and we'll have more of our coverage of the World Figure Skating Championships presented by MasterCard here on ABC's Wide World of Sports. At the World Championships a year ago, Krisztina Czakó would love to break into the top 10 in a marvelous European Championship this year.
Look at this two-jump combination. Look at the height she gets there on the first one. And now again, the spring. That's crucial and very important, and she does it very well.
And that is her father, George, who competed against our own Dick Button way back when. Three-time Hungarian national champion. First set of marks. And the second set for presentation ranging from 5.3 up to 5.7.
Lautowa.
The Mallet Ice Center, the intimate site for the 1997 World Figure Skating Championships presented by MasterCard. This ladies short program continuing, and on the ice right now, 15-year-old Yulia Lautowa of Austria, the three-time Austrian champion.
And in this short 2.5 minutes, she has Rock Around the Clock, Bye Bye Love, Barbara Ann, and Peggy Sue.
She's very entertaining, and she's very good. She's opening with a triple Lutz double toe combination. Nicely done.
Beautiful height.
Good spring into that flying camel. Good position. I especially like that one with her arms in the back.
Only 15 years old, which means that she's only 12 when she won the first of her 3 consecutive Austrian championships.
Oh. Now that will require probably almost up to 2 or 3 tenths for a failure of that element.
Very nerve-wracking 2.5 minutes.
Is it one that you really just try to get through?
Oh, I never had to do them, and I don't think Dick ever had to do them either,
But I think that they would be very much easier because it is a short period of time and the energy is less that you have to expend.
But every move counts so much.
Here's the double axel, one of the specific required elements. And this one, the layback. Again, look at that back leg.
But she gets very nice speed in it.
Anything you say, Peggy.
Okay.
circular footwork.
She was very enjoyable to watch.
She's a very supple, loose-limbed, and really a wonderful athlete. And the fact is she's only 15 years of age.
And she was off the ice all of last year with 2 fractures in her right leg. So this is a comeback for her at the World Championships. Lautowa of Austria.
Now look at this triple loop, a back outside edge, beautiful height, beautiful spin, and the leg just did not, the foot just did not hold.
4-8, 5-0.
And here are the scores for Lautowa. The required elements, the mistakes costing her dearly there. And for presentation, there you see what the judges thought of her program.
5-3, 5-3, 5-0. Sur la glace, on the ice, Lu Chen, China.
One of the biggest questions coming in. Chen Lu, the 95 world champion. She's been injured. Only practiced 4 weeks leading up to this championship.
And this is her first time competing this whole season. But I think this program is beautifully suited to her. A very sophisticated, cool.
The music, Take 5 by Dave Bobek. It works already, doesn't it?
In her opening move, the more difficult combination, triple Lutz. Double toe combination. Oh, she just opened out on that. She did do one in the warm-up.
That's like an omission, and I suspect a whole half a point deduction just for that alone. There was the combination. But
triple toe, double toe combination.
But it would still make a half a point deduction for the first one, because that's the individual jump.
Right, it has to be a double or a triple jump.
You may wonder, with the injury and lack of training time, why Chen Lu is here competing. Well, one of the reasons, skaters are trying to qualify spots for their countries for next year Olympics game. The Olympics next year, China trying to get that spot through her performance.
She moves to the essence of this music. Very well choreographed by Sandra Bezic. Costumes by Jeff Billings.
This section where the drums take over the melody, I find particularly fascinating. Double axel? No, she only did a single one. Now I'm afraid she's just going to get no marks for this program at all. 2 major mistakes.
She presents such a regal vision on the ice, even without the triple jumps.
The 1995 world champion. She finished second to Michelle Kwan a year ago in Edmonton. Nicole Bobek collecting her thoughts. Krista Fassi, Carlo's wife, here to support her. It won't be easy, but Nicole takes the ice when we return. Scores for Chen Lu, the former world champion, extremely low. For required elements, 3.0 up to 4.0. And for presentation, 4.2 up to 5.3. Well, there is the U.S. bronze medalist, Nicole Bobek. Can't imagine how hard this day must be for her. For more on Nicole, let's check in right now with Leslie Visser.
Terry, Nicole Bobek got very little sleep last night, and she practiced this morning at 7:30 a.m. Robin Cousins, who was working with her, said she was remarkably composed given the circumstances. He told her to be true to her program and remember all that Carlo has taught her. I spoke with Nicole yesterday, and she said she was going to remember not what she was skating for, but who she was skating for, herself and Carlo Fassi.
Carlo was like my dad. He took the place of my dad, and he just took me in his arms, and he was behind me no matter what.
Do you feel that in some ways that maybe you're at the World Championships because of him, and maybe he was here because of you?
I believe I made the Worlds because of him, and because he really helped me and pushed me and taught me everything and protected me from everything. And you know, he was so happy that he was here and seeing everyone and being able to bring me here. He was really proud of it. And I think maybe he's happy that maybe he passed away here instead of somewhere else.
Do you know this, what Carlo's last words were to Krista?
From what Krista told me, that before he went, his last words were to make sure that Krista's with me tomorrow when I compete.
And do you also feel that he will be with you?
Yes, I think he will be with me no matter what. So, I know he's there. I just can't see him.
It was said of his coaching skills, if you want to be a champion, go to Carlo Fassi.
Sur la glace, on the ice, Nicole Bobek, United States of America.
Remarkably today, a composed Nicole Bobek taking the ice. Obviously, a lot of emotions, though, running through her heart and her mind with the World Championships.
I am so proud of her courage. I know that it's going to be very difficult for her to skate. And her opening jump, the more difficult jump combination, triple Lutz, double toe.
Ooh.
She almost had that.
Yep. Again, it was that old nemesis, the curl, going into it. Beautiful leg on this, though. She's far more musical and far more disciplined this year than she's ever been. That's nice to see. She has wonderful extension, as it shows in these spiral combinations. Beautiful. Double axel.
She is such a stunning figure on the ice just to even look at her. Her costumes are always exquisite, done by Lauren Sheehan.
The individual jump that she's required to do with footwork going into it. Here it is, a triple
This is a crowd that is very knowledgeable here. They know the story of Carlo Fassi and Nicole Bobek, and they seem to be supporting her, wanting her to finish up strong.
Fine move, a fine camel.
Very courageous performance. Very difficult to focus. Everyone can understand.
She's had her critics in the past, but awfully hard not to have anything but admiration for her today. Her mother, Irina Bobek, here in the crowd supporting her. Difficult moment for the 19-year-old. We'll have the marks of Nicole Bobek as we come back with more of the World Figure Skating Championships presented by MasterCard after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Lausanne, Nicole Bobek, along with Krista Fassi, Carlo's wife. They both coached Nicole in a disappointing short program. Tears in her eyes at this moment.
And look at this triple jump. The reach, the toe, good point, good stretch right to there. It just seemed to fall apart. I don't know the reason why.
Well, her leg was a little stiff on that landing.
It just moved it out. And there, of course, is her mother's reaction. Not a happy moment for them.
Krista remarkably here to support Nicole today. And her marks for required elements. 4.6 up to 5.0 the range. And
they show the mandatory deductions. These marks, though, quite pleasant and quite acceptable.
And the presentation marks 5.4 up to 5.7 for Nicole Bobek. And on the ice right now is 18-year-old Vanessa Gusmeroli of France, the French silver medalist this year. And a great short program at Europeans. Ended up in 6th place.
Well, her program is very complete, well choreographed to the movie soundtrack, The Mask.
Once again, it's a test of combinations and jumps. And here's her combination, triple Lutz, double loop. That was very nice. This combination spin, quite unusual.
Great position.
Well, it's not the usual combination or changes of positions that you see. I suspect that the originality or distinction of this program is due in part to the work of Alan Schramm, a former American skater who is very original and creative.
Now coming up is her triple loop.
Oh.
Nicely done.
Clean as a whistle. Really nice moves here. And a position that takes away some of the bad line and makes it rather nice. And note the arm positions. Good speed.
Accent of the arm to the melody of the music.
And this, the final element, circular footwork, a huge circle around the ring.
Very nice step. Very interpretive. Good speed. Very nice.
An okay performance. A lot of enthusiasm for that.
Crowd loved it. Not far from France, right here in Lausanne. She was 14th a year ago in Edmonton, and based on that performance, after the short program, should be a lot higher up on the leaderboard. 18-year-old Vanessa Gusmeroli.
Now look at the slow motion here of this combination. First, the Lutz. Good, clean, tight legs. Landing and stepping right up into a double loop. That's a very difficult combination. She did it beautifully.
And here is a triple loop, that back edge. Very pretty jump from edge to edge.
Vanessa Gusmeroli of France, a surprising short program, well received by this crowd. And here the first set of marks, required elements, well received by the judges too. 5.5 up to 5.8 the range.
And they're all relatively close together, which means that the judges were in agreement about this.
And here are the marks for presentation. 5 7s and a 5-8. She is in first place in terms of those that have skated. Still to come, the reigning world champion, Michelle Kwan, and the holder of the U.S. title, Tara Lipinski, tries to become the youngest ladies champion in world history.
And back to Lausanne in the World Figure Skating Championships presented by MasterCard. Still to come in the ladies' short program, Michelle Kwan, Tara Lipinski, and Irina, Slutskaya. Now, you know, it is often said that a gold medal cannot be won in the short program, but it can be lost. And we have a vivid example of that in today's Wide World Classic. Janet Lynn was a 5-time U.S. champion and is considered to be one of the greatest female skaters in history. She never quite reached the golden ring, however, as the world and Olympic titles always eluded her. Janet's best hope for gold came at the 1973 World Championships. That year, the short program was included in the competition for the first time, and that propelled Janet into the favorites role. But once again, the gold medal would prove elusive. 24 years later, the memories remain painful, and Janet provides a powerful insight into the world of teenage skating stars. Figure skating in the 90s is a sport of bright lights and young stars, the domain of 15-year-old world champions and 14-year-old national champions. Far removed from the glitz and glamour in the heartland of America is one who knows well the promise and peril of teen stardom, 5-time national champion Janet Lynn. We watched Janet grow up on Wide World. In 1967, she made her senior debut at the Nationals at the age of 13. In 1968, she skated at her first Olympics at 14. And in 1969, she captured her first national title at 15.
I was just kind of innocently doing what I love to do. And when I won the title at age 15, I was very excited, but it was what I wanted to do. It was my goal, and it was just like, okay, now let's go on to the next thing.
The next thing was to win a world or Olympic title, but the gold medal eluded her. Not proficient at school figures, her deficit entering the free skate was always too great. Janet entered the 72 Olympics as one of the favorites, but the school figures once again ended her dreams of gold.
I was very embarrassed for all that my coach had put into me, all that my parents and my brothers and my sister had sacrificed.
Most would have retired, but Janet carried on. The 1973 World Championships were broadcast on Wide World, and it was in Czechoslovakia that the short program made its debut. The change was designed to reward excellence in free skating, and Janet Lynn was very much in the minds of officials when they rewrote the rules. But her performance in the short program was not what anyone had imagined.
I got off the ice, and I just could not believe what had just transpired.
And I cried and I cried. And again, I mean, if I thought I was low at the Olympics, I was lower than low. And though I went through a very low night of despair the night before I had to skate, I really believe that it was on the wings of prayer that I was able to go onto the ice with courage the next day.
This must be the most difficult moment in the skating career of Janet Lynn. Nothing's the way it was supposed to be. This was the moment after working in world championship or championship competition since she was 14, when she would have a solid crack at the title. It looks now almost impossible for her to win. For to do so, you'd have to see more sixes on the board than we've ever seen before.
I did it because of the way I had been trained by my family and my coach, that you don't quit. You go on and you continue what you're going to do and you finish the job.
Layback spin. Beautiful position. Notice that every move she does, every jump, every spin, flows in and out of the program. Nothing is done merely for the sake of putting in a trick or a highlight as such. And a final straight spin. I'll tell you, a real guts performance by little Janet Lynn of Rockford, Illinois. She was really on the spot. She had been so down in that short program. Fell twice. But she's given her very best.
Whether I won the gold medal in the Olympics or the Worlds, as a human being mattered to me very much for very many years. But there was not more that I could give. And if that's the case, then that's okay.
After the World Championships, Janet turned professional. But little has been seen of her over the last 20 years, and there's a reason. She took the drive and dedication that made her a great skater and applied it to another pursuit, motherhood.
On the ice, I think that my peers recognized me that I became an artist on the ice. I did decide, and I am transferring all my mental, physical, and spiritual energy to become an artist at home, to make a masterpiece of my family with the help of God.
The U.S. title, Tara Lipinski, she came to the World Championships a year ago, and the international press was drawn to her age, of course, and her size. Those remain topics of discussion, but Tara's status has most definitely changed.
Now the triple Lutz, double toe, triple Lutz, double toe.
You know, it's very possible that she could become the youngest ladies champion.
How wonderful. Oh, good for her.
You know, I was in shock at first, and I was just so happy with my skating. Even when I came up, I didn't know I had won, and I couldn't even think that far ahead because I was so excited. You know, all year I trained so hard for it, and my main goal was to make the world team, and it was such a relief when I did.
And that shriek reminds us she's only 14. Wide-eyed, full of life. But one performance has elevated her to the world stage. And in Lausanne, all eyes are focused on Tara.
Last year it was Chen and Michelle, and I thought they were these great skaters, and they were my idols, and I was just just skating here my first time, and now I see in the papers, and I'm on the picture now in the booklet, so it's fun for me. I'm not expecting to win or even place. It would be nice to be in like 5th or 6th. That would be great for this year.
Tara Lipinski, United States of America.
You have to wonder how life could get any better. If Tara Lipinski, well, there's one way. You could walk away with a gold medal here in Lausanne.
Well, she has certainly stepped through the door that Michelle opened at Nationals, and it's a whole new world. Her music from the movie soundtrack, Little Women. How appropriate.
Layback. Better than most, not good enough. for her to be in the great category on that move. But that's sort of nitpicking, you know. She is such a wonderful all-around skater.
She certainly enjoys her skating.
Now, the combination that she may do could be one of the most difficult in the world of women's skating. First, a triple Lutz. Double loop.
Jump coming up is a triple flip. There's footwork into it.
Part of that footwork is required.
Oh.
Such a tight revolution in the air.
It is.
Such a quick spin. Now watch this jump. This is the double axel. She has a tendency to spin off the edge, which means that she doesn't lead to it with a great deal of height in the first part of the jump. Right here, watch. Yep.
But that tight rotation in the air saves her.
Perfectly done, except that it doesn't step up into it.
Boy, this young lady certainly knows how to keep her composure, her focus. Wow.
Last year at Worlds, she was in 23rd place after mistakes in the short program. What a difference a year makes, especially when you're 14 years of age. And she's on a roll. Not only the U.S. champion, but trying to become the youngest ladies champion in World Championship history.
And look at this triple Lutz. A little bit of a lean, but stepping right up into a double loop. I don't know, no matter how you nitpick on that, that's a wonderful combination.
And now the triple flip that she did so well. She reaches back with her toe and pops up and rotates so fast in the air. Just solid.
The only problem with being 4'8", you've got to really stretch your neck to see your scores up on the scoreboard. Look at the required element marks for Tara.
You know, two of those marks at 5.5 really show still plenty of room in the case of Michelle Kwan skates perfectly.
And the same thing with the marks for presentation. The range 5.6 this time up to 5.8. And she takes the lead right now in terms of those that have skated already in the short program. Maria Butyrskaya, the four-time Russian national champion, and at times sort of the forgotten skater by the Russian Federation. She refuses to go away and is definitely one of the favorites this week in Lausanne.
And she has planned a very difficult short program, opening with a triple-triple combination. Very exotic presence on the ice.
Watch the way she lands these jumps. See if she lands with security. Triple Lutz, double. But the landing was very secure. Sometimes gives the impression of having rather wobbly landing edges.
very nice triple loop.
That one was just first rate.
That layback spin, I think she meant to do all those kinds of moves in character of the music. It was more of that Eastern kind of dance look.
The Eastern influence. She has struggled with this short program, though. At European, she was 9th after the short.
Straight line footwork, not particularly dazzling, but so far this is a very good short program. No mistakes.
And that is a key element in a short program, that every one of these elements counts so much. She looks very happy.
Well, she's happy to get through the double, triple, and two jump combinations.
And there have been times this year when she really hasn't gotten through this short program. 24-year-old Maria Butyrskaya of Russia, one of the favorites here in Lausanne. And coming up next, the reigning world champion Michelle Kwan will skate after this message and a word from our ABC station. She was 4th at the Worlds last year, Maria Butyrskaya, with her new coach, Irina Czakó.
And look at this combination that she does here. Now, first, the triple Lutz. Very secure and steady going into it. Nice jump, but only a double toe loop there.
Such a contrast between 24-year-old Butyrskaya, 14-year-old Tara Lipinski. Required element marks there for the Russian.
Not as strong as one would have thought at first glance, but neither were the jump combinations of the greatest difficulty.
And she looked disappointed, too. She's in 3rd place right now. The last 5 weeks have been tumultuous ones for Michelle Kwan. Her loss at the national championships was accompanied by a loss of confidence. Here in Lausanne, however, a different Michelle has become evident, one with a newfound perspective.
Michelle Kwan had long dreamed of winning a world title. That fantasy became reality a year ago.
Oh, wow. What an extraordinary performance. There was not a single flaw there. She gave nothing, up nothing for that performance. Absolutely the best.
For 11 months, she was unbeatable. But 5 weeks ago at the Nationals, she faltered. Michelle Kwan did not stand triumphant. She crumbled to the ice. And no one was more shocked than Michelle.
After Nationals, it was kind of like a big downfall for me, and I had to get myself back together, and I just kind of realized, you know, I'm not trying to defend something. I mean, every year is totally different, and you have to go for it with all your might, and I didn't think that in Nationals. It was like a safe that I didn't, you know, I was turning the keys, and I was like, no one can see my number, you know, my secret code, and it was so stupid because all I thought was concentrating on that instead of focusing on my skating and just going for everything and having a strong mindset. I feel very confident. I say to myself that no one could beat me except myself, and I know that for sure.
It may have been the most difficult month in Michelle Kwan's skating career. And after a lot of soul searching, this is the moment she tries to turn it all around and retain her gold medal.
Look at the maturity in this.
I think this is where she begins to grab the emotion of this music.
This is exquisite.
In her opening jump combination, the triple Lutz double toe, reaching back. Oh.
Now that was, in a sense, a minor failure with the extra turns in the middle. But it was an important failure. It's the double axel. Very nice position.
She makes every part of this program important, these connecting moves.
Beauty. Good speed coming out of it.
This program is so well choreographed, well paced, done by Nicole.
Wonderful back position.
You almost hold your breath through these routines with all of these skaters.
I must say, for me, this was clearly and far away the most mature and beautiful skating that we have seen tonight. The problem, the one semi-failure on the first opening double jump, two-jump combination. And Tara Lipinski's short program was pretty much flawless. There were no major mistakes. So we'll have to wait to see where the judges place the reigning world champion, Michelle Kwan.
And this was her opening combination, the triple Lutz, where she faltered on this landing, leaning back, and had to take some steps in between the combination to do the double toe.
Coach Frank Carroll has said that Michelle has skated conservatively all season long, skating not to lose rather than to win. But it changed that strategy at Nationals. It did not work. And you can see Michelle very disappointed by her short program. Required element marks.
Well, they're not very good. I mean, the overall point of this is where it places her. And
as we wait for the second set of marks, presentation marks, there they are. And overall right now, Dick, she's in fourth place.
Yes, but that's a very uneven fourth place.
Right behind Maria Butyrskaya. Coming up next, Irina Slutskaya, the two-time and reigning European champion, skates as our coverage of the World Figure Skating Championships presented by MasterCard continues here on ABC's Wide World of Sports. The last of the favorites, two-time and reigning European champion Irina Slutskaya, 18 years of age, from Moscow. She finished last year in Edmonton just behind Michelle Kwan and Chen Lu to capture the bronze medal.
Her opening combination is the triple Lutz double toe, but the double toe with her hand over her head. There's the triple Lutz.
Well, that's going to knock her right down below Michelle Kwan. And the question is what it will do to the ordinal system of marking as to whether or not it will change any of the places above her. That was a gorgeous triple loop jump.
And the entrance into it, the 3 turns, traveling.
And not a bad layback at all.
Yes, that's very nice.
Remember, the short program worth 1/3 of the overall score, but if you're in the top 3 heading into the free skate and win that portion of the event, you're the overall winner. That's why it's so important to be in the top 3.
And her next element, the double axel. Watch her arm that goes over her head while she's rotating in the air. Here she comes for her preparation. Steps up, arm over the head. That makes it a little more difficult, but artistically, it made it more difficult, and technically.
She is very strong athletically, and I think that will stand her in good stead over the next few years.
I think it's so interesting to see all the different levels of sophistication in all these top ladies, and there's such a wide range of ages.
That spin far better than what she did at the European Championship. Very difficult, too. Well, with the exception of that one very, very bad fall, that was a really fine program.
There will be a deduction. We'll see how much as we check her marks when we come back. Irina Slutskaya of Russia. We'll be back to Lausanne in a moment. Picture saying it all for Irina Slutskaya, the 2-time European champion. Disappointing short program. Her required element marks 5.1 up to 5.4. And as she walks away, the presentation marks 5.4 up to 5.7. She is now in 6th place. Been that kind of day for those who stood on the podium last year in Edmonton. Leslie Visser is with Michelle Kwan right now.
Terry, it's been a tough month for this young woman. Michelle, what happened out there tonight?
Well, I felt really good into the triple Lutz, and I guess I just held back a little bit, and I waited a little too long for my tap to get in, and I over-rotated it and couldn't get out of it quick enough.
Once you got past that, though, didn't you feel pretty confident, particularly with the triple loop?
Well, up to the double axel. I mean, I had double axel next right away, and then my triple toe. So I was pretty confident, but that triple Lutz just drove me crazy, and I don't know. I'll just try to fight it in the long program.
Yeah, what are your thoughts going into the long program? You want to prove you still have it?
Well, I know I still have it. I mean, it's never gone, and I've been skating really well and doing clean shorts, and just today was a bad night, so...
Well, you have a lot of people rooting for you. Thanks, Michelle. Back to you, Terry.
So in the span of 1 year, Tara Lipinski goes from 23rd to 1st after the short program. Gusmeroli a shock in 2nd. Michelle Kwan, a lot of work to do to get her gold back. Nicole Bobek in 8th place right now. And last year, Chen Lu was in 2nd after the short. Now she doesn't even qualify to compete in the free skate. Leslie Visser is with our 14-year-old leader.
Terry, last year she barely made the cut into the top 24. This year, leading the troops. Congratulations so far, Tara. How much more satisfied were you than last year?
Extremely. I mean, last year I had a bad short, and to be able to go out there this year and do a clean program, it was really great for me after last year.
How much does it change sort of the way you feel about yourself that you come here as the U.S. champion?
Well, it gives me a lot of confidence. You know, the last 2 competitions I did gives me more experience, and then I feel more comfortable when I go out there.
Well, you said coming in that you were hoping maybe top 5. You think you might have to change that now?
No, because, you know, tomorrow's a whole new competition, and everyone's going to be trying to go for it, so...
Well, I've heard that you are becoming rapidly one of the most popular people in America. Have you looked at your website?
I love it. You know, each week I go and I write a little diary, but yeah.
Well, you'll have a lot to tell. Thanks, Tara. Back to you, Terry.
Only 14 years old, nothing has phased her yet. Tara Lipinski in line to be the youngest ladies champion ever. Let's go back upstairs to Brent Musburger.
One word describe what we saw here today: pressure, and lots of it. Your heart went out to Nicole Bobek, who competed despite the fact that her legendary coach, Carlo Fassi, suffered a heart attack here and died only 24 hours earlier. But then 14-year-old Tara Lipinski moved center ice and applied her own brand of pressure. The crowd loved it. Michelle Kwan blinked. The issue now is not whether or not the United States is going to sweep all the medals, but whether or not Tara Lipinski is ready for the biggest pressure cooker of her life.